Lawrence leads Essex recovery after sloppy start. On a rain-shortened day at Clean Slate Headingley, Essex's bowlers tore through the hosts, reducing them to 134 all out with another inspired performance from Sam Cook. The weather meant Essex would have to wait until day 2 to get their batting innings started. It was a long wait for not very much for Nick Brown, out 7 balls into the day, bowled by Thompson for 1, perfect start for Yorkshire. Cook and Wesley recovered, pushing the score on into the 40s and seeing the deficit drop into double figures. It was Thompson again who made inroads, the captain, LBW for 20. And just after bringing up the 50 for his side, Sir Alistair Cook would follow, LBW to Patterson for 23. A spot of bother for Essex, but thanks to their bowling efforts, the distance to Yorkshire's first innings total wasn't too far, and Dan Lawrence and Matt Critchley stopped the flow of wickets and started to think about putting 3 figures on the board for their side. They were up to 79 for 3 at lunch, trailing now by 55. The afternoon session started in the same way as the morning had. Jordan Thompson in the wickets. A cracking delivery had Matt Critchley pinned in front. And Cushy soon followed, LBW for 1, Essex unravelling a little now. Lawrence pushed them onto triple figures, but Yorkshire had their tails up and would soon prize out Rossington. Another for Code, the keeper, LBW for 8. Snater joined Lawrence and Yorkshire were kept at bay now, the duo moving the score past the hosts' first innings total and building their way past 150. Their partnership for the 7th wicket was worth 50 runs with a Snater single, the Essex tail showing just how tricky they can be to remove. Once again, Snater was providing some lower order defiance, Essex's lead growing, and 200 was just around the corner. He'd eventually fall for a breezy 46 from 48, outcaught by sub-fielder Ben Mike looking to bring up a 50 in style. Where he'd fallen just short, Lawrence succeeded. His 50 came from 118 balls. A lovely backfoot stroke for 4 brought up his half-ton. Allison dropped to 1 knee. A scything drive to Schutt clattered into the ropes and saw Essex move to 200. The session came to an end with Essex 72 in the lead, the score up to 206 now, and Yorkshire's fine start with the ball had started to slip. Lawrence had to trudge off after the break, caught behind trying to run one down to third man off George Hill. Allison responded, foot firmly to the floor, 6 slapped off Hill, the lead now heading towards 100. It was up to 91 when Allison was pinned in front by Patterson, Essex now down to their final wicket, which didn't take Yorkshire too long to pick up. Cook, out 3 balls later, caught behind off Hill for 6, Essex all out for 225. It wasn't the 3-figure lead they'd hoped for, but batting had been less than straightforward, and the Dan Lawrence-inspired comeback had put the ball firmly in the visitors' court, despite the best efforts of Jordan Thompson, who finished with 4 for 60. Adam Lyth and Finn Bean had better conditions to get their innings started than they'd enjoyed on day 1, but they'd have to have their wits about them, and with 25 on the board, Lyth would go, caught behind off who else but Sam Cook. Hill and Bean recovered, the score heading towards 50 as the evening sun stretched the shadows across the outfield. 2 off Snater took them to 50, the deficit reduced to 41 in the process. They brought up a 50-run partnership too, reached as Hill stroked Critchley away for a single. They were 4 behind when Hill fell caught by Cook off Porter for 33, the wicket signalling the end of the day. It was one that had started with trepidation for Essex and ended with them just about on top at Clean Slate Headingley. Yorkshire will probably need to bat out the penultimate day if they're to hold off their visitors' charge for victory. Essex's batting is almost as potent as their bowling. Not many targets will intimidate the former champions.